Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm sitting on my single chair again today just to change the scenery a little bit instead of you seeing me sitting on my settee all the time. Well, I have been doing a little bit, I've got quite a bit of Angela's cardigan done, and I am doing a tutorial on my other channel, and as I come to each part, it's being bits, so many bits. I've done the first part of the tutorial showing how to cast on the stitches and the rib, and then how to do a bit of the pattern, and then I'm coming back to do the second part when I get up to the armholes. Now I could have had that done today, that far, but I went on my computer this morning just to check out YouTube, and everything I touched on it, it was just freezing up, and when I was opening the browser up and going onto YouTube and clicking on something, it was freezing, and I was really getting annoyed. So I got my other computer and I thought, well, it's no good for the camera, my other one, because it is, I think it's what you call a VGA camera on it. It's not very high quality on it. So I thought it's okay if I just browse on the internet. So I opened that one up, I started it up, and that little circle, you know, was just going round and round and round. It took about 15 minutes for that computer to come on. I thought, I don't believe this. That one seems to be going up the creek as well, and they're both 3 years old. That's all they are, 3 years old. And somebody, I haven't answered a lot of the comments that was on the last couple of videos I did, but one of the ladies put a comment on and said that she had asked somebody about the problem I was having with my computer and said that it might be the motherboard. And I have Googled it and looked, and it looks like that's probably what's going wrong with my computer. I am recording this video now on that computer, and when I did the last one, my mouth was out of sync with what I was saying. So I hope this one is a little bit better. I did a little test just a few seconds before I started it, and it seemed okay, so I've started doing the video. But the reason I could have had a lot of this done today, because I had nothing else to do after my breakfast. I just done a little bit tidying up what I have to do and that, and I thought I was going to sit down and do some knitting after I had been on my computer, and that's what put a stop to it. When I tried my other computer, my main one that I use is a Dell, the other one is an HP, and when I found I was having trouble with that one as well, I thought, I'm just going to have to buy myself a new computer. I just can't put up with this any longer. Even just trying to browse through anything on the browser, the news, you know, I have a news thing on it, and it was just freezing all the time. And sometimes when I was pressing it to go, you know, the little thing on the mouse thing, I have a mouse on mine, I don't use the pad, I can't use that. And I was turning that and it was going up and freezing and rolling back down again, and I was getting really annoyed. So I managed to get it working okay on the browser, so I started looking for computers to check out computers, and I didn't realize there were so many, and I looked on Amazon first, and I was looking through all the different kinds, and I was looking mainly at the webcams to see what quality webcams there were, because I said I want one with a good quality webcam. And I went through loads and loads. You should have seen the price of them. My own computer that's up the creek is 3 years old, and they're selling that same one for £200 more than what I paid for it 3 years ago. These are joking. So I'm on another rant about computers. And I went through loads and loads of different places, and then I started writing one or two down that might be of interest. So I started looking up reviews on them to see what people had to say about them and that, and I thought I'm going to have to use my revenue that I've been earning on YouTube. It's been building up since March, so I've got plenty to pay for a good computer. So I finally picked one out, and it has more or less the same quality webcam as my computer. This one is a Dell, and it's according to the instructions here, it's an i5 8th generation, and it has high definition webcam and dual microphones, you know, all the usual HDMI and everything. And I looked for similar to what was said on there. Mind, I did have to pay about £200 more than I paid for this one. But I've ordered one, and it's coming according to Amazon. They had the same ones in August. I looked at August first because I thought, well, that's just down the road. I can nip down and get it myself. But all of them, they had about over a week for them, you know, if they weren't in stock, and everything I looked at wasn't in stock. But even so, when I went on Amazon, I ordered it off Amazon, and it's coming on Wednesday, I think. Wednesday, so I'll have to tell my granddaughter if it hasn't come by Wednesday afternoon, she's going to have to wait for me coming because I'm not going out. I don't know what they do with Amazon if you're not in. I don't know whether they leave it with a neighbour or something like that anyway, but might come before that. So I got that sorted, and that was from 10 o'clock this morning. And I didn't even realise what time it was, and I looked at the clock and it was 2:30. So I had to go and make myself some lunch. That's what I'm doing. I've had my lunch, I'm having a cup of tea now. I thought I'll sit down and get that little rant out of my head, because I was shouting at the computer, and I remember I was looking, I'm not paying that. No idea how much the price of computers have gone up in the last 3 years. I thought mine was expensive when I bought it, but I didn't realise how much they were. Some of them had everything I wanted, but there were those gaming ones, and some of them wanted nearly £2,000 for some of those gaming computers. And then I looked at, well, my granddaughter has the Apple, what do you call the Apple ones? I forget what you call the same ones anyway, but they have a very small hard drive on them, and she hasn't even got enough room on hers for keep her photographs and things like that. And I thought, well, that's no good. I want one with a good hard drive. So I thought one of those type was no good. And I think it's an Acer Aspire. Acer Aspire 5 something other. It has the same specs as this one. It has the same i5, but this one's 8th generation. The one I've ordered is i5, but it's 11th generation. I don't know what the difference is. Probably a newer i5. I think that's probably all it means. Intel, that's Intel i5. So that's a scene. I had my lunch and I'm sitting down, and I thought I'd do a little bit knitting, and then things happen in threes. This is the second thing. I was looking on my phone. Now, I could do with a new case. As you can see, it's in a bit of a state. It's been like that for a long time, but this local place where I go shopping up Killingworth, beside where I live, there's a little place in there that do phone cases, and every time I go up there, and I give him the phone to try them, and all he's got is black ones, and I said, I don't want black, I want colour. This is like a pinkish colour. I says, I want a nice colour, I don't want black. He says, well, that's all we've got. He says, your phone is over 4 years old, you know. He says, they stopped making cases for. I says, hey, the thing works. I don't care if it's 4 years old. I don't want a black one. I says, I'll just hang on to this until I need a new phone. I says, then I'll probably be able to get anything I like. Well, you can't see it, but this phone has a crack going across there, which the phone was knocked out of my hand years ago when I first got it. And it hit the ground and there's a crack there and it's crack was crack, but it's never made any difference to the phone. The phone still worked perfectly. But I've started noticing in the corners of it now, it's starting to, like as though it's losing colour and it get a little bit blurry sometimes. So I think that crack is starting to affect it. So I'm probably going to have to buy a new phone as well. That's the second thing. And things do happen in threes with me. My tablet's okay. Mine, I haven't checked that for a long time, like, so I better give that a check and have a look and see how it's doing yet. But I do use my phone for when I do on my other channel, Sheila's Just Knitting. I put the phone into the I've got like a thing that goes over the table, and I put the phone in, and so you can see my hands underneath. Don't know what you call it. I'll have to have a look up the name of that thing and find out what they call it, because I've tried to talk about it before and I couldn't remember what they called it then. But I do use my phone when I do that, so I do need the phone for that, because I can't use the laptop because I can't put my hands underneath. You can't see what I'm doing with that, so I'm probably going to have to get a new phone as well. So it's just as well I've got all that revenue coming from well, it's coming. They put it in my bank every month anyway. So all of you, my subscribers, especially if you've got computers, get onto my page, my videos, and just press play all. You don't have to sit and watch them. But if they're all playing, the adverts come on, and I get paid every time an advert comes on. So to help me build up my revenue again, just set play all and go away and leave your computer and do anything else you want. But get me a little, because that's what I did for my granddaughter when she first got monetized. Even though I'd watched her videos as many times, I just used to put the computer on and just play all, and it just played all her videos. And I used to do it of a night time when I went to bed. I used to leave it on of a night time and playing videos for her, so she'd get a little bit revenue from YouTube. So that's all you have to do for me. Get a little bit extra for me. And that is my little bit for today. Rant over. And do a little bit more knitting. I may get your cardigan finished one day, Angela. So thumbs up and subscribe. Bye for now.